Alright, we're here with Mono White Ajani. This is a cool planeswalker. It's pretty simple, but I don't really envision Mono White as like a very strong thing to be doing in this format for a multitude of reasons, right? You have a ton of board wipes, a ton of spot removal, card value, just card engines in general. Your opponents are just faster than you at, filling their hand with cards, typically. Mono White kind of struggles with that, but there are the typical things like Enduring Innocence, Takasha's Welcome, Assemble the Players, just things that draw cards to some degree so you can keep up with your opponent, assuming your first wave of threats isn't good enough, which usually it isn't. I do like the -3 though. The double strike and flying is a lot of out of nowhere potential damage, and that I like that a lot. The -8 not really that exciting. And the plus is it's decent, but the minus is just nice. So Mono White beats, not much to say about it. Manlands, this card I never see actually do anything except make a token and then they concede. If you're ever spending all this mana on this card, you're probably losing the game, but I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. All right. Of course, double colorless land, first hand. Sounds about right. This is alright, I think. Being on the play would have been kind of huge, though. My opponent took a card I never would have taken. Find that kind of interesting. Could have played a creature instead to have something to plus into, but I'm okay with this as well. My opponent could literally have a board wipe, like right now, and it just doesn't feel like that's getting me anywhere. And it's gone. Oh, look, they had a board wipe. Wow. Who would have guessed? Dollmakers is decent. I will play this. I think this is slightly better. And I assume my opponent probably doesn't block. Actually, I should have done this pre-combat. I don't think they're blocking. Oh, they do. Wow. Alright, so they're gonna Devious Cover-Up. Yeah, I should have done that maybe post-combat then. But I don't know, it probably winds up as the same for my opponent. That's a good draw. I don't think it's good right now, though. I do have the Ajani ultimate, but again, I don't really feel like it's going to win me this game. For a multitude of reasons. When does everything get blown up? The last stage. Okay, well, they have an answer to a flipped thing. None of these are board wipes, but this can find one, and it can actually reanimate Atraxa at the same time. So I guess because they don't have a board wipe immediately, this just has to be the right thing to do, right? I mean, they could still have a board wipe. It's still gonna have a board wipe. I don't have the mana for this. Tragic. Still play it though. this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clicky click. Opponent gains 7, 32. Plus another 7. Yeah, I don't know. That is... Isn't this, like, hilariously good right now? I feel like this is just a phenomenal card right now. That's a lot of clicking. I feel like it's irrelevant, but I might as well. Ooh. Well, is it too late for this? I think it is. If I'm scry spamming, it probably is too late for that. A land lets me flip this, right? So do I keep a land on top? I think the fact that I'm just dead to a sweeper anyways, there's not much reason to keep a land. Ugh. Yeah, I actually don't even know if any of the things that I could put on top matter. Okay. It's kind of ironic to keep that, but I think I will. They're gonna cast the removal spell on this, so there's not much reason to keep going right now. But, I mean, I don't know. Might as well. They're just gonna cast Get Lost on it, though. So if they have a sweeper, I think I'm screwed. Oh, they just cast Get Lost there. Why didn't they cast it on my Warden? They could have just... I don't really know. I do not know. Wow, look at that. The first game I played, I beat Atraxa. I expected the Get Lost to just kill the Warden, but if it didn't and they went up to 37 blocking this, it's still way more. Yeah, it's still super lethal. Okay. And they had no cruelty for 5 mana into Split Up, 3 mana sweeper, which would kill all of these. I guess they just didn't have it in their deck. I suppose that makes sense. Shield Druid doesn't do it. Yeah, alright. We just dodged a sweeper. I can't imagine they play Urza here. That would feel kind of nuts. Oh, they do. Wow. Wow. Well, if that's the case, let's do this. And absolutely nothing can go wrong. You've got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. Do you have to pay mana for that? You do. Of course. It costs 7? Oh, I have the answer for it. Never mind. Crisis averted. Throwing a temper tantrum. Didn't even look at my hand. Okay. not block. Opponent bins negate. And, yep. So I'm gonna get lost that and ossification Urza. Opponent bins raid. I think I'm always doing this. Okay, this works out because now I can also kill the token if they block, which is what I really wanted. Okay, good. So now double removal. And I will not tap this? Yeah, I guess not. Almost surprised to see that cast there, actually. This one? They feel pretty similar. I can spree here, or I can cast this. Draw a card for each different mana value mode permanence. Yup, I got nothing. That is a combat thresher. That's just what that is. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't know what to make of that. I will play this pre-combat. Actually, no. No, I won't. Okay, well, they didn't do anything there. Okay, this is essentially a redraw with the Mentor. That doesn't mean I'm casting it right now, though. Okay. Okay. I am significantly not winning by hand. That's for sure. This is a really weird card, though. Really weird. Okay, so let us do things that are somewhat unexciting, such as, but not limited to, this. And then saddle. that. And put a counter on it. Oh, maybe the counter was pointless. Whoops. No, and I kind of like this. I kind of like that. I mean, I could just draw, actually. I really could. Really could just draw. This is, I mean, I don't know. I have 7 cards in my hand, right? That's never a bad thing. There are a lot of very good cards that make me lose, though. I feel like this is just in my opponent's deck for the sake of it. I kind of like it, it's just very strange. Yeah, it feels strange. Okay, Saddle. Double Strike is pretty annoying. Honestly, I don't really like any of my options. I guess this. Sure. Also very, very strange. Doesn't get discounted by that. Very weird. I did not expect to lose the board to an Urza deck, but I'm losing the board to an Urza deck. And I will swing for 2. And then from here, I don't know what's going to happen. They don't want the braided net? Oh, I thought they did. Oh, they do. What? They just want a scry to get 4 life? They did scry on top, right? Because I don't see the card. That's a kind of insane attack to me. And I'm gonna just let it happen. Just feels a little outlandish to me. Not sure what that's about. A sweeper? Aren't you ahead? I don't think there's a board wipe here. Sure. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so they can flicker something. What do they flicker, though? Combat Thresher? I feel like I wouldn't have swung as much as I did there. Well, maybe it's right. I just don't like it that much. Okay, so we go to combat. Oh, wait, what? Okay. We just let that happen. I'm a little blown away at my situation right now. So... What gets indestructible? This thing? I think this thing, right? Could be this as well. Or just simply a flyer. Could just pick the flyer. Okay, 2-turn clock. They have to rebuild or find a bunch of answers. I have 2 man lands that are both lethal together. Ajani essentially makes one of them lethal. I am way closer than I thought I would be. Okay, that answers one of my things. Realm Breaker does not inherently answer anything else. I will play... I think I'm going to just lead with firing this up and swinging with it. Alternatively, I could do both. Yeah, let's do both. Okay, play you. I could have gained a life here if I played this first, but I didn't. So they're at 3. And the manlands are looking real scary. Real scary. Ooh, you don't want to use the net now. No, you don't want to use the net. Oh, I have Skrelv. It doesn't matter. I have Skrelv. Nice. What a game. I cannot believe I won that. What a game. We saw over half our decks. I just survived an Urza player with board wipes and a surprising amount of creatures too. Spot removal and interesting value. And actually, an opening hand with Power Stone, or Might and Weak Stone. They could have gained 4 here, but it was still lethal. That's why they didn't do it. And yeah. That's nuts. I mean, the power of manlands here, usually they're not very good, in my opinion, but in a spot like this, it was extremely good. Wow. Crazy game. How long was that game? Oh my goodness. How long was that game? What is this? When you do, target opponent creates a... Okay. Huh. I guess I keep that around. I don't think I like this card. Hold on. This doesn't seem like a good card here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's good. This doesn't feel like it is? So I'm gonna play Overlord, right? Yes? Or do I play... Nah, we play Overlord. And I almost don't want to swing, but I probably should. I'm gonna swing. It's only a 1-1 on my opponent's turn. Mondrak is very good, though. It is good. I think I'm still losing. But I don't know. They did not use their treasure tokens. Everything I do feels a bit, like, pointless. Yeah, this is bad. I can't stop this. It's like an enchantment. It doesn't even have to swing. It's so good. I really want to make this a one-turn clock. Is that possible here? Does that make any sense? I don't think it makes sense because I have this coming. And drawing probably is better. Overlord just seems good. I don't know. Mentor of the Meek. I gotta crack this token so the Plunderer doesn't deal a bunch of damage. And I put the counter on Mentor? Yeah. And I'm dancing on a knife's edge, basically. And I'm still just losing. But I don't know, there's a chance I just out of nowhere blast him in the face, but I'm just so close to dying, it probably doesn't matter. Oh, I get 2 treasure tokens. Shoot, that's right. There is no way for me to get rid of any. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm not sure if it'll let me go to... Almost didn't cast this. Again, I don't know if it matters. Let's do that. Well, they've already had a bunch of combat tricks, so... I don't think they had one last turn either. There's a good chance... Can you sack this enchantment now? 12 cards? I'd look for... lethal. Okay, so this is just pushing 2 damage, but their stuff stays alive. That has lifelink, unfortunate. Alright, well this is surprisingly closer than it should be. Let's see, I have 12, or let's see, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 19 damage, and I cannot get any more than that. So that means I should just convoke... Oh, see, the problem is the Plunderer is going to kill me. The Plunderer just kills me, right? I think it does. It gives me 2 treasures and I just take 2 damage from it, right? Oh, I take 3 because this is an artifact, right? Oh, no, it's not an artifact. Okay. So I'm not sure what I'm even drawing towards. Yeah, I don't know what I'm drawing towards here. But I can untap all my stuff with this. Actually, I'm just dead to an attack. Just a blanket, straight up attack, right? Sure. Play this. So this gains a life, but I mean, this creates the most possible blockers. I can't do anything but this. I'm very surprised I didn't die last turn, though. I guess I should be kind of impressed with myself I didn't die. But I am certainly dead now. Oh, I could have swung with this to make some 2-1s, but again, none of this matters. I just died to the Plunderer attack trigger. There is nothing I can do. No. And this, I'm sure, with the 12 cards under this card, I'm sure there's a single card in there that just kills me anyways. Alright, if I wasn't done on board. Closer than I thought it'd be. Oh, I'm on the play. Oh, shoot. It was like 8 games in a row I wasn't on the play. It was actually kind of jarring. No 2-drop. Kind of tragic. Surprisingly can do this. I like that. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll take a win. I will not take that land. Alright, we did it. Even if my opponent had lands, I'm definitely pretty far ahead on board. Solid enough curve. I wasn't pushing damage, but, I mean, it looks good. Next turn I probably play Elish Norn. Although there's an argument to playing this just for stats or drawing a card. It really just depends what I draw, I think. But we're getting close to kind of minusing here, right? And pushing a lot of damage very quickly, so cool. I guess this one? I don't know. Looks like it didn't matter. Oh, they had nothing? Whoa. Nothing on 2 and mono green is kind of crazy. This card itself is kind of crazy. They might have a protection spell. Kind of looks like what this is. What does this actually do? It's at 6 mana. I should probably still make an attempt at its life. I tried to make this work and it didn't, but I'm adamant they have a protection spell. I'm just sold. They have a protection spell. You can't convince me otherwise. That lets me cast this. Alright. Yeah, they definitely have a protection spell. So, well, when I activated loot, it didn't do anything. Of course, they have 2 lands. They cannot block with a cheated creature this way. Yep, you can't block with what you find. They don't have the mana. Or I'm just an idiot. Did I not read this right? Oh, it's not attacking. I'm an idiot. Yep, I'm just dumb. It's fine. Okay, so don't have a fight effect, please. I played loot for 2 hours. Never once did it activate and get a creature. Not a single time. I mean, granted, I probably got unlucky, but still. That does not kill my Ajani. Okay, still painfully obvious protection spell. Have to just commit. So, now what? They have 2 mana. Of course they do. Yeah, I don't like my options here, really. Probably the best I can do here. Of course. Wait, what? 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 Wait a minute. You just take 3. Am I tripping? My opponent takes 3. Nothing dies. I guess I'm not... Wait a minute. Why would you keep... Wait a minute. You just take 3, right? And then they swing back. They must have had nothing? My opponent must have had nothing in hand. And I'm just so surprised they scooped there. But, I mean, alright. They must have had nothing. Okay. Must have been able to kill next turn. Okay, so for a mono white deck, it's alright. I was more impressed than I thought I would be with it. I was able to keep up with a slower game, which I was kind of hoping I could, and well, I could. You really do, it feels, need a 1-drop every game, and you almost always need to do something on turn 2 as well, whether it's like a 1-1-drop and turn 2 a 1-drop again, or just 2 spells back to back and have Ajani on turn 3 basically every game, or your turn 3 has to be something that like lets you draw cards after you've played it, or something like some value thing, maybe leaving up this. I never had to, but I don't think you can do nothing turns 1 and 2, maybe do nothing one of those 2 turns. It's just incredibly difficult to actually kill somebody while also dodging sweepers. By the time a sweeper is relevant, Ajani sitting there plussing is not really going to win you a game. Its ultimate can demand a second sweeper, but a second sweeper, again, is pretty common, right? Like, I am impressed with how the -8 did scare people, right? It's not like every opponent has a board wipe, but I don't know. It's a tough ask to be offensive while also defending Ajani so it can actually get to the ultimate. It's kind of difficult to do that, but I will say you might be attacking your opponent on more than one angle, and that's always a huge plus with a deck like this, so I was surprisingly impressed with it. I did lose a fair amount, though. I really did. But it got some pretty satisfying wins, some fast wins, and some very long wins, which, again, I didn't really anticipate. But it's cool to see it function. It's nice to see that function, because for the most part, the format is only a few really good strategies, and all of those strategies are fairly similar, and this is not one of those, right? But yeah, let me know what you thought about it. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, if that's your thing. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.